It's been a pretty crazy time for the memory market. We can see Micron technology is down roughly 34.5% from its 52-week high. For those not familiar, Micron earlier this week posted that the second half of the year was going to be a lot weaker than they previously expected. And they previously expected a weak second half. We're also seeing memory chip makers report July revenue and things aren't looking as strong either. Many are reporting even 30-month low on monthly revenue. And some investors may be looking at this dip and this overall volatility in the memory market as a buying opportunity for Micron technology. But if you want to get into the memory space and maybe with a little less volatility, I do want to say take a closer look at Lam Research first, as Lam Research is a company that provides equipment for the memory markets and other kind of semiconductor manufacturing businesses. So let's take a closer look in today's episode.
I do want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and make sure to check out fool.com/Jose to get the top 10 stocks to buy right now.
So let's take a step back of what's happening in the memory market right now. There is more supply than there is demand, which is causing average sale prices to drop down ridiculously and causing revenue to kind of decrease dramatically for a lot of companies. So Micron Technologies reported earnings on June 30th, and on June 30th they did tell us that hey, the upcoming quarter was going to be bad. On August 9th, they actually came out and said that, hey, what we told you in June 30th was wrong. Things are actually a lot worse. They do mention for the upcoming quarter, revenue may come in or at below the low end of their revenue guidance. And then they mentioned that the following quarter after that will also see sequential decrease in revenue and the company might end up with negative free cash flow. Then we have this report by Digitime Asia that says that numerous Taiwan memory chip makers see July revenue fall. They do mention, for example, DRAM chip maker Nanya saw its July revenue fall to a 31-month low. They also mentioned that specialty DRAM and flash chip maker Winbound saw its revenue drop to a 17-month low. So we can definitely see that the memory market is very, very volatile. And that's why I've decided, hey, maybe if one is thinking about entering the memory market, maybe one wants to enter something less volatile. And I do believe the perfect example would be Lam Research. Lam Research is a company that makes equipment for the memory manufacturing process. Also, if you're liking the video, make sure to hit the thumbs up as it helps me grow my overall audience, and I truly appreciate it. And if you want to support a little bit more, make sure to subscribe using my link at fool.com/Jose. And I just want to showcase this 10-year chart of kind of Lam Research revenue and Micron technology. We can see how Micron's technology is very volatile. And if we take a closer look at Lam Research, yes, it does see a nice growth during the uptrend, but it doesn't see a huge dip during the huge dips that the memory market sees. It's a little bit less volatile and pretty much still follows the same trend line. The reason Lam Research also takes a dip during kind of the downside in the memory is because usually these memory companies start to spend less money on equipment. For example, Micron said it perfectly during their SEC filings to kind of deal with the overall environment right now. They are going to reduce the money they are spending on equipment. So while I do think Lam Research revenue will take a hit, I don't think it's going to be as bad as kind of the dip or hit that the memory companies take. Another reason why they don't take a huge hit in revenue compared to the memory companies is we can see their revenue 54% comes from the memory side, 26% comes from foundries, and 20% comes from logics and others. The other thing is it's not like they sell a mass amount of equipment every single quarter, right? They still very limited, and these have long lead times. So by the time the memory market picks back up, the company is not going to lose out too much in revenue. For those also wondering, Lam Research does have a dividend of roughly 1%, and it has a PE ratio about 15 at the moment. If we take a closer look at historical returns in the past 5 years for Lam Research, Micron, and the overall S&P 500, we can see Lam Research is a monster, followed by Micron. Both these companies have been market-beating companies for the past 5 years. If you take a closer look at past 3 years, Micron and the S&P are a lot closer than you think, but Lam Research has still done amazing. And in the past year, both Micron and Lam Research are down the most, and they're also being beaten by the S&P 500, which might provide a better buying opportunity right now if these two continue the trend of being market-beating stocks. If you take a closer look at PE ratio with Lam Research, you are paying a little bit more, but the reason is you get a little bit less risk, right? This is a company that's not going to take a huge hit like maybe Micron Technology will. And obviously, everything comes with the price, right? With Lam Research, you probably get less volatility, but if there was ever a possibility of one being a super multi-bagger, it could definitely be Micron technology and not Lam Research. For example, Micron can develop a new memory chip that can change the whole system and make them the super leader in the memory market, which can cause massive returns. At the end of the day, I don't think something like that is possible for Lam Research, especially with the limited amount of products that they can make and capacity. But I do believe, like we've seen, that it has the potential of being a market beating stock. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.